Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the Queensland International Orchid Festival. So today we're going to be looking at what I purchased and from which vendor over here. Alright, so stay tuned.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hendrika. Welcome to Once Upon an Orchid. So you saw the event on the previous video. If you haven't, click the description below on part 1. And today I'm going to be showing you what I've purchased from the event, which vendors, and also explain why I probably picked them up. Okay, let's start. Without further ado, I'm going to start with this box of plants right here. So I'm going to put this down. Okay, this one. So this box of plants came from one vendor. This came from Orchid Mania up in Gympie. Inside here, let me show you what I have. I have got 4 plants. So basically there are 2 varieties in here. This one, they're both the same. All right, this one, this and this. So basically these 2 are the same. These are Renantheria emoshutina. These are species. The reason why I have purchased them is because I have the intention to recreate this hybrid called Renantheria Tom Tam. So I'll put a photo of what this hybrid is and also the parent. So the Tom Tam is basically Renantheria emoshutina crossed with Renantheria monachia. So this parent or the resulting offspring called Renantheria Tom Tam is one of the parents to something that I actually want to recreate, which is called Renantheria Singaporeans, bred by my mentor, How I Run. So the word Singaporeans, you know, I'm Singaporean. I've always wanted to have this here in Brisbane, so let's recreate that. And when I put the photo of a Renantheria Tom Tam, which was owned by my friend Michael Su, yeah, I think it's Michael Su's plant, it created a lot of interest on the Facebook page, the Orchid History Project. So I'm like, yeah, people like this plant, so I think, you know, let's recreate this. So therefore, you know, thank you to Mark and Joe for yeah, posting this out and for, you know, reserving these 2 plants for me. So yeah, this one. Then let's put this aside. Then these 2, okay, everyone knows, I'm sure if you have been on my channel right now, you would know that I'm a big collector of Papilionanda. So these 2 are also the same hybrid. This one is known, they put Vanda. Vanda. Okay, yes, Vanda is the old genus for Papilionanda. So basically it's Vanda Ruby Princess. They put Ruby Princess. Every time they mislabel the plant, I'm getting like, oh, come on, get your labels correct. Yes, please, please, please. You know, go to Orchid Roots to find out the exact name of your plant, especially if it's a hybrid. You know, wrong spelling and things like that is very frustrating, especially when you bench your plants or maybe you want to get an award for your plants. Yeah, the judges and all that will be scratching their head like, what's this plant all about? So anyway, this is Papilionanda Ruby Prince cross Escosanda, which actually is now also called Vanda Willas. Okay, so okay. Yeah, so basically anything Papilionanda that I haven't collected here in Brisbane, I will just buy a sample because they are kind of either, you know, old stuff, new stuff. They're sun-tolerant plant, which is great for the garden. So I think for me, I see that the future of where people are appreciating orchids would be more, you know, like not having it in the greenhouse, more in the open. And Vandas or, you know, sun-tolerant Vanda types are great because you can just stick it out in the yard. You know, here in Queensland, we are called the Sunshine State, right? And yeah, why not have sun tolerant vendors? So okay, so thank you to Mark and Joe from Orchid Mania for selling me these two plants. Okay, so this second basket, okay, is my own basket. I brought this to the event, and yeah, the other vendors was like, "Are you going to fill up this basket?" I'm like, maybe. You know, I wasn't very sure because I did pre-order a couple of plants, and honestly, I wasn't too keen, or like, if there is something to really purchase, I will purchase. And that's why for me, going on the second day of a sales event, it's fine because I'm not crazy like, oh, I gotta have the best ones, or you know, things like that. To me, it's like, if it's there, it's there. If it's mine, it's mine. So yeah, okay, so let's go through this box here. Okay, I'll move the basket this side so that the other camera can see it as well. So the first thing, I think I'm gonna go through this with probably some systematic order. Let's go with, I think, the biggest ones that is in this basket right here. So I got two plants of this Oncidium. I pre-ordered this. Okay, so I usually pre-order my plants from the vendors. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put down the basket so that it's easier to show you guys what the plants are. So yeah, okay, I'll put this down. So right here, these two big fellas, these are Oncidium Goa Ramsey. I've been chasing them for a pretty long time. Not say pretty long time, but I think 6 months since I realized that, yeah, they are available in Brisbane. Okay, so the story is why this is so attached, or why am I so connected to this hybrid, is because Oncidium Goa Ramsey was bred by another mentor of mine, actually the first orchid mentor of mine, Mr. Ko Ping Ho. So he actually hybridized this plant. I think it's, the parentage for Goa Ramsey is Speculatum and Varucosum. But anyway, the information would be in the description, like here. Okay, you see the hybrid, okay, the parentage right here. So basically, Mr. Ko gave the name Goa Ramsey. It was because of something to do with the father of the Rolex owner during the 70s or 80s. Again, it's actually 6 something in the morning. Brain is a little bit fuzzy. Speaking off the cuff right now, but around that time. So you know, he's like, here, you know, I think I give you this orchids to be named after your dad. My connection with this is because this plant was bred by my first orchid mentor in Singapore. So the full story of this is also in the description below, which I wrote up on the Orchid History Project page. So yeah, so I'm very happy to have found this. Another reason is because Oncidium Goa Ramsey is a cut flower, okay, for Singapore at one period of time, and I think it still is. I think it still is a very popular cut flower. They have very long spikes. You see, it's almost as long as my forearm. Okay, not my forearm. Actually, it's as long as my arm. Okay, right here. And yeah, they're pretty long lasting. They travel well. So to me, I see potential of this. Like, why not do this as a cut flower crop here in Brisbane? So yeah. Okay, so this is Oncidium Goa Ramsey from Tropic Gardener. So I'd like to thank Jordan for hunting for this hybrid for me in his nursery. I actually saw this on someone else's Facebook page or Facebook account when they visited their wholesale or their retail nursery. Sorry, their retail nursery. So okay, let's put this aside. Okay, the basket comes out. Let's go through. Okay, so now we're on the topic of Oncidium, or the genus Oncidium. Let me show you the other one that I got. Okay, I got a flask, actually two flasks. One here and one here. So let me put the basket down and show you and I give you a commentary of what this is. So actually I'll take some more out because I've got another Oncidium right here, another Oncidium flask right here, another Oncidium right here. I know, if you're like, why suddenly this interest in Oncidium, the genus Oncidium? Yeah, I see that, Oncidiums are actually potential for cut flower crop, and there is a potential to develop that here in Brisbane as part of a cash crop for the Orchid project. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. Let's go through this one first since I picked this up. So this is a species. I got this from Dark Star. It took a long time for me to go find where to get this in Australia. Actually, these came from, I don't know, northern New South Wales area. So this is actually Oncidium flexvosum. Okay, and this is actually the other parent to Goldiana, okay, Oncidium Goldiana, which if you also have been on my channel, you have seen that, I put a bit of content out on the shorts of where I first found the Goldiana, because initially I was like, I don't think I could find Goldiana here in Australia, or it's very hard to find. There isn't a lot around until boom, my friend's mother-in-law's backyard has got so much of it. Yeah, go look at the shorts, of this yard full of it. And also, I've got a flask of Goldiana right here that came in from Singapore, from my friend Meg, okay, and another friend brought it over. So it's cool, like, hey, Goldiana. So it's like suddenly I've got a whole bunch of Oncidiums, and especially Goldiana now. Suddenly from zero I ended up with a whole heap of available plants that I can get access to. So awesome. So yeah, so if you're looking for species, this one here, you can get it from Dark Star. So information in the description below. They do a lot of species and I think some interesting hybrids as well. So this is on a mount. I'm just going to leave it as it is in the shade house. And okay, also these two flowers, these two are this one is called Oncidium Saint Dawn Gold. Here you go. The reason why I purchased them was, this came from Ching Hua. So I want to say thank you, Dennis, for the recommendation of this. Ching Hua is a orchid nursery. They sell flowers and also plants based out in Taiwan. Actually, I've been buying from Ching Hua for quite a long time. I think ever since they stepped into Singapore. And when I was living in Singapore, I met Dennis's dad. Thank Dennis for recommending this one, because I asked him, hey, how does this compare to Goa Ramsey? He said this is not as tall as Goa Ramsey, flowers as well as Goa Ramsey. So I'm like, yeah, why not, give this a try. I think there are way more than 40 plants in here. Okay, definitely more than 40 plants. So this is awesome. Can't wait to see these flowers and give you a comparison. I think this will be at least a 3-year wait, to get to see the flowers from this. But hey, it's an investment. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, there's one plant that fell out. Never mind. I think I'll just do this one. Get this out of the way. So this bag of stuff was purchased from Pacific Beach Orchid. Thank you, Rick, for your amazing hospitality and also remembering me when I always chase him. Hey, you got any new stuff? Let me start with what I first pre-ordered. This is again, Papilionanda Ruby Prince. We got the tag correct. And crossed with also Papilionanda Mimi Palmer. Okay, so this Ruby Prince, here Mimi Palmer. I don't know whether this has been registered. I didn't check. It might have been, but it's an interesting interesting Papilionanda to hang on to. and see the result of it. I'm definitely going to be taking it out of this basket and putting it into a pot with my mix. Yeah, and sticking it out in full sun. So this is one. Y'all know also that I do have some Phalaenopsis, but not a lot. So I bought these two actually also with the intentions of let's make some interesting creation. What's this thing sitting so weird? Why is it like, like the pot is rotating like an uneven thing. Yeah, the base is not flat. Look at the base. It's got this extrusion mark and everything, so it's not flat. That's why it's like rotating like wobbly. Anyway, okay, so basically I have two, okay, Phalaenopsis. Used to be the X genus called Doritis. Basically what I have over here, this one, okay, is called Phalaenopsis Summer Red. Alright, this is actually a primary hybrid between Phalaenopsis pocherima with Phalaenopsis cornucurvi. Did I say it right? Yeah, cornucurvi. So the result is very interesting. You get flowers for this are reflex back quite a lot, but whereas for this one, it's stretched out, it's flattened out, and it's full round, which is awesome. Because you know that's what the judging criteria here in Australia for exhibition Phalaenopsis is. So even though this may not be an exhibition Phalaenopsis, it hits that criteria. So this one is a species. This is the parent of this plant, but it's a line-bred one. It's called Phalaenopsis pocherima, variety Bisoniana, cross with Phalaenopsis pocherima variety Red. Yeah, I picked this up was because this is actually parent to a hybrid that I want to recreate. Beautiful name, a very sweet name. If you know, especially you give it to your partner and people that you think you're thinking about a lot. It's called, I gotta remember the name. It's Papillon Vanda? No, called 好想你. Okay, I said it's 6 something in the morning. 好想你, in Chinese it means thinking about you a lot. You know how sweet, right? So yeah. So this is the parent to that. The other parent is Papillonante, okay, Popo Diana, which I have. So why not, you know, get the parent and recreate that. Thank you, Rick, for bringing these 3 to the show. And yeah, so let's put this aside. We come to the last few more. I'll just pick this out of the basket because there's basically 3 more plants left. So I'm going to take all of them out. 1, 2, and this one. Okay, so we've got 3 more to introduce. Poor little fella, poor little fella. Oh god, this poor little thing. This poor little thing. He fell out of his pot. This thing was sitting, okay, in this pot in a bunch of stones. Yeah, stones. Okay, this is actually put a description to where I got this plant from, but they're from Townsville. They grow their orchids in like river pebbles, which is awesome because actually, you know, orchids can grow in anything, and orchids can be lithophyites if they find the right environments. This little thing called Vanda Nana. Okay, I think at my first thought I was like, Nana, where have I heard that name before? I think this tiny little thing. And it's supposed to be in blooming size, so it's like, okay, well, that ticks a box for what I want to do, is to breed, you know, miniature Vandas. So hopefully, you know, this thing will be happy and bloom for me really soon. Was recommended to mount this up because the flowers grow, yeah, they bloom downwards or something. So, you know, if you mount it up, it does much better. So Vanda Nana. I love the name of the species, and you call it Nana. I was like, grandma. Let's talk about this one. This came from Michael Su, his own stock. I also been after this for a long time. Called Seidenfardiana mitrata. Yeah, this looks really interesting. It looks like a rat tail. It looks like a Paraphalaenopsis. Yes, this thing actually can be hybridized with Paraphalaenopsis. I cannot remember why I bought this. I think I wanted to recreate a hybrid from this. I think I will put the information below. And yeah, it's growing on this plastic mounting board. Find this, it's nice, especially on the green wall. If you have not seen the video of me, converting orchids from pots into this mount, also there's a video that I've done. Look into the description below. So I look forward to seeing this size up and flower. I'll show you a photo of a big one right here, which is massive and impressive. So you can imagine when it flowers, you get a whole bunch of it, on the mount. And the last one I'm going to introduce to you, also this came from Singapore. This is actually a single plant of Papilio Nente. The label says Vanda. I guess Vanda is an easier way for most people to understand the old name, because it's been called that for yonks before it was changed to Papilio Nente. So this is this is Papilio Nente Miss Joachim, and I believe it should be Agnes in there. So can't wait to deflask it. I love to grow a lot of Miss Joachim here, and yeah. Okay, this makes a very good thumbnail shot. I guess this makes this would be the thumbnail. So if you have enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up and appreciate your support by subscribing. Can't wait to share more orchid adventures with you. So yeah, until the next one, I'm Hendrika, your guide to one to a point on orchid, signing off for now. Till the next one, bye.